How you doing, folks? Good morning. Gonna try and give you an overview while giving you a look at something that I like to do for my children, being that we have a decent portion of land. We have a creek running through our property, and kind of give you a heads up too on what's going on with my court cases. False arrest, false imprisonment. And for the naysayers out there who think that, oh, he's not going to file a federal lawsuit. Well, thank you for the stimulus, my government. Trump, Biden, all those who didn't want to do anything. But this goes down to the creek. I digress. I apologize. Working on this path right here, folks. And bring it back. So where I opened up some more for my kids here. Trying to give you an overview. I filed a complaint with the Arkansas Judicial Review Board, and they sent me back a letter stating that I didn't put in anything that implicated any judges in any bad behavior, and that they actually have no authority by law to do anything. Then why the hell are you a department, and why the hell are we the taxpayers paying a salary for your stupid asses that can't do shit? And amazingly, House Speaker, I think his name's Matt Shepard, that might be his daddy, the appellate judge in the 8th Circuit Court, Missouri. I think that's what that is. But give you an overview. Something I started here for my family. Kind of clean it up around here. But a little barrier there for my little ones. They freak me out sometimes over here when they're near the bluff. So, got to stay ahead of their expanding minds. I thought I was something when I was a child, folks. So, Sam Joaquin had made the comment about a book, Rise of the Oathbreakers. And that would be this book right here, folks. D.B. McCree. You want to read the excerpt on the back. I don't think I'll have enough time, but you can expand it. But I went out and got a bunch of stuff for myself. Now there's the letter from the Judicial Discipline and Disability Commission. These are supposed to be the oversight committee for judges. I've tried contacting the Senate and the House of Representatives, but like most government officials, they're too ignorant to do their jobs. So they informed me, personal and confidential. There's the case number 21189 if anybody would like to FOIA that. But they informed me, and there's the guy's name, David J. Sasher. Am I saying that correctly? The executive director. Anyhow, they informed me that I didn't put anything in the complaint, even though I phrased it: First Amendment violation, 4th Amendment, 5th Amendment, 6th Amendment, 7th Amendment, 8th Amendment, 9th Amendment, 10th Amendment. And if we'd like to get into the legislative aspect of it, here's another good book, folks, that you need to get. How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny, the UCC, that's Universal Code Connection, that's commercial code, folks. That's the thing these judges and their judicial doctrine likes to inform us about. And we'll go on our walk here, and I'll try to give you a view of everything that I got cleaned up for my kids. We'll walk the bluff, and I'll explain this all to you. That was never ratified by Congress. And was put in place. I think it was under FDR with the FBI. A kind of standing point control mechanism to get a gang of thugs together, citizens who thought like a king in England. They had the right to inform everybody of the laws and how the laws worked and how they do, and when we put it down this way, technicality or no, this is how it is. Well, unfortunately for everybody, folks, I'm a man of common law, so that means cause of action. And a government official like Judge Dennis Gilstrap filing charges against me for harassment and obstruction of government operations is highly illegal and unethical. And here in Arkansas, you got a number of corrupt pieces of crap that continue to want to misbehave. This is where some of the tornado come through. Luckily, it didn't get us real bad. But because I guess their family heritage lines, like mine's up in Hummel Sound, Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm actually a Smith there, boys, in Fort Smith, if you'd like to know. My daddy's name was Bartholomew Smith. Hope you get a kick off of that, USOBs. Government, folks, not you. Anyhow, and then having other officers in the sheriff's department who I already have a issue with because I've made recordings of all the calls and interactions I do, so you can count on what I tell you, folks, is truth. Unlike the government, I don't need to ham-haw about it. If I got something to say, I'm blunt, I bring it to your face, and I make it as it is. Now these judges, especially the bond judge, Mark McCune, him and I have a history because he failed to do his job as a prosecutor, and when he tried to prosecute a buddy of mine's uncle on a voyeurism charge for taking a picture of a girl at a water park, even though the young lady was 38 years old, and in a swimsuit, he's still in public. Now, a respectful thing probably would have been to ask to take the picture, not just took it. And if there was an issue, blah, blah, this and that. Sorry, folks. A little bit of stuff trying to fix in here. Sorry about the chaos with the camera there a second. But anyhow, the sheriff's Crawford County arrested the gentleman, Rodney Meeks, on a voyeurism charge that they only read half of the statute to. If you read the whole statute for recording with a camera on a voyeurism charge, it has to do with private property and also children. And to let any of you motherfucking pedophiles out there know, when it comes to my children, common law, that's a felony. So I advise the courts and the cops to get to you before I fucking do. That's not a threat, it's a fact. God inferred it to me. I know it's for real, and my kinsman can kiss my ass when it comes to my kids. But with that, here's another piece of the trail. We're going to take you down to the creek and do a water walk. Bought these waders. Since summer's coming, they move around a bit better. And having epilepsy, chronic bronchitis, COPD, whatever you want to call it, don't give a crap. But when I had my back broke in the oil field, I lost a lot of strength. And steadily my health's been declining, and I worry about my family when it comes to piece of crap government officials. I got nothing to lose by dying, folks. Now, I ain't saying go out and waste your life on anything for nothing, and you sure as hell don't hurt another person if it can be avoided. But you'll see here, I'm 6'5", folks. It's probably about a 4 or 5 foot jump. I'll get stairs built here. Yeah, I'd say about 4 foot. Anyhow, I digress, and I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Anyhow, with that, then I get a Sergeant Derek Needert, who all these individuals, I've FOIA'd all their records, and they refuse to send them back to me. And actually, the Paulette Ward, James Justice, did a story on my story, or a video on my video. of our story, where he contacted Paulette Ward, and she actually sent me back that I needed to prove I was a resident of Arkansas. Well, if I'm in your computer system and all you gotta do is click a button, you stupid SOB, or DOB, I guess. Sorry, I digress. I guess you know I'm a resident of Arkansas, have been, ever since I got pushed out of my own state because of corrupt individuals there. But that's another story, and maybe a memoir, a book on this would be awesome. Because I got a lot of public officials, folks, that their arrogance overrides their frickin' brains, and their mouths don't ever stop. I think I kind of got the ego from them. But with that, he elicited a speeding infraction because I literally seen him at the overpass where I was coming down the hill. He was coming over the highway. He made a left to where I was making a right to go up the highway towards Fort Smith. Look at this, folks. When you get down here, you see this. It's beautiful. I may see some more moccasins, some copperheads, so don't fear. It'll be me getting bit, not you. But I digress. Anyhow, as soon I was daying about speeding up that section of road, because people like to drive like jackasses. I used to when I was a kid. That's where I got a lot of my traffic infractions. But I learned, I aged, I got a brain. A little stint in jail didn't help me either. But with that, Sergeant Derek Neidert, 7 miles later, pulls me over for speeding when it literally took me, a high rate of speed to catch up to him, to get his license number, to go directly to where we ended up anyhow. That's the video you seen with Captain Chris Goodman, where it's none of my business. Well, I just made it my business, boy. Show me you're a man by acting like one. I won't be a dick if you're not a dick. But when your arrogance overrides your brain and your mouth, don't ask why shit happens, because you're too stupid to think about the words coming out of your own face. Now, I tried to be polite. I went through all the chains, folks, all the way up through, from the time when my wife was sexually assaulted until my children were abused in school. My son's skull cracked twice. And as a man, I'm supposed to rely on other men to handle the situation for my family. Well, it's like this, folks. Sheriff's Office, state police, all the law enforcement around the world and across the nation. If you're not God, and until you walk on water, stay the fuck out of my path. I won't bother you, except for the audits now, because unfortunately for you police, you brought this shit on yourself. I'm also bipolar, folks. So when I tend to get an attitude, I tend to keep that attitude until said person has the brains to respond in kind, apologize, and make a repercussion. How do you say that? Reparations? I didn't graduate high school, folks. I finished in 9th grade. I had to learn through the hard means with a thick skull that I had a brain and how to use it. And I'm trying to teach my children that so they avoid the life that I grew up with. Didn't have a bad mother, but unfortunately the circumstances of family didn't hang together when it came to their own personal demons and their own personal crap. Sorry, I gotta get stairs for this too, folks. This is definitely a dangerous spot. I gotta either carve out with a shovel. Oh yeah! There's a heap. Whoa, and speaking of little motherfuckers, there we got one, folks. Oof. I almost slid right into that sumbitch. Oh, he's cold as strike too. Whoo! That'll get your blood a pumping. And I ain't got no big rocks. Ain't that a bitch? I got 5 acres of rocks, and I ain't got one near me. Whew. Life tends to be a bitch, folks. This is gonna be awkward. Whew. He's not big. There's a copperhead down here about 4 foot. I wish he'd have got this bitch. I hate water moccasins. I despise them. Is there any more anywhere across that water line? I got my eyes on him, folks. You can count on that. Whoo, he's still fucking cold. Pardon my French. Like, right now, my blood is pumping. And this is where my kids come to swim. I didn't think about buying a pool out of this stimulus. My apologies, kids. I love you. Oh well, we got to clear a path. And this big boy is about to get pissed off. So he's either going to strike. Get that mine in another direction. You see that diamond shaped head there, folks? I don't like killing, but unfortunately, this is a pest that I cannot take a risk with. Oh, did I mention I also have a heart condition? Sucks to be me. God bless you. Woo! Oh, he's cold. He's cold big. Woo! See him, folks? Yeah, disappeared under the water there. Had to give me some mothballs down here. Definitely pay a little bit better attention too. I gotta get them stairs dug out there. God bless you. Anyhow, I digress. With that, this blade, she's back. Sorry, folks. Gotta set it down a second. With that, in my videos on my channel, on that speeding ticket, Sergeant Needert, Derek, badge number, I don't give a shit, made a comment, you're gonna bitch about me doing 80 when you're doing 90. Well, before the highway down here was posted up to 75, this had happened a couple years since I've been living here on this property, about 5 years. And with that, here's our water source. With that, the only one I had that conversation with was his captain, Chris Goodman. So it's nice to know that a public official can go ahead and give a citizen's name out. And I think a lot of this, folks, is because I have misdemeanor warrants in another state that I have not bothered with for 20 some years. The state hasn't bothered me. I paid all my fines. I did my crap. But once again, they tried to pull bullshit wool over my eyes and got found out real quick. It don't work like that. So, from what I see on the GIS survey, that rock right up there is where my property line goes through, all the way up through all of that, folks, and it goes back a ways. But it also goes across here a ways too. Just haven't been able to get my health right until I met this neurologist, Dr. Belinga, God bless him. He's working with me. Trying to keep me safe for my kids and for myself and my wife. Give you an idea here. So that copperhead was down here yesterday a bit. Well, let me get across here real quick. Slippery, folks. And the water's rushing pretty good. We got a bad storm coming tonight. This water will probably be up another 2 feet. in a matter of hours. Likes to flood through here quite consistently. See that rock right there? Dude, gone. Anyhow, that's what led me to interaction with Trooper Yates. Another video. Trooper who can't identify himself, even though his policy does quote that he's required to. He can run his mouth, lie all he wants. I found that. James Justice did a video, or wrote a 7-page letter to them. I got a copy of that, if I can figure out how to edit. You folks are gonna love the video my little devious mind can come up with. Now, water's picking up already. You see that that rock right there? See how that boulder just keeps going? This is a long, long boulder on the back of my property, folks. One big old sheet of rock. But sorry, folks. Anyhow, we're gonna see about taking a walk. Hopefully my phone don't get wet or I'll be screwed. But yeah, that copperhead was up here yesterday. Him I definitely need to get rid of. That's 4 feet of danger. I do not need him around my children. I didn't know copperheads could swim. Anyhow, Trooper Yates, as James Justice video had called it, had violated many of my rights. Now, they don't like the fact that a person like me who's changed because I was a really bad drug addict when I was a young man. Never did a cause of action against another person intentionally. And as far as I recollect, only ever accidentally hurt one person, and that wasn't because of a vehicle or anything like that. That was because we were at a drinking party and we were stupid. But anyhow, try to give everybody their fair shake, and I've done that down here for many, many years, folks. And once I got married to my wife, bless her soul, some 12 years ago, the good Lord blessed us with this, as she said that he told her we were getting a house on 5 acres, 3 bedroom, 2 baths, and sure enough, we got it. I just didn't know that in Arkansas, it was going to have to be redone because they stripped everything in the home. So all this stuff that I have just told you for my federal lawsuit will be pretty much timelined correctly for those. Slippery, folks. Like I said, it's a big old boulder, bunch of rocks. See what I mean? Whew. Getting deeper, not good. So, we're gonna run you. This is still all mine on this side here. Somewhere down here in the middle where them trees are, kind of angles back in. Even get up here, I just worry about that copperhead. I don't know where he's at. But yeah, folks, there is going to be a federal lawsuit. Every individual will be named. I will do a video on that after I serve them with their papers. And oh yes, folks, I'm going to enjoy the crap out of this. Hopefully that storm comes through to raise the water current high enough it'll wash all them snakes downstream towards the river, I hope. But yeah, gotta deal with my stuff. They're trying to take my freedom now. The judge that recused himself, Charlie Baker, on Dennis Gilstrap's case, because another officer, I gotta get his name, nobody's giving me discovery from the public defender's office, who, God bless, as far as I'm concerned, they're fired. You folks can kiss my A-double swivel. You drug this out, you violated due process. From the door, I have repeated recordings letting them know that I want the people there. Did the public defender infer that to the judge on my behalf, as she was told, being my counsel, as appointed by the judge? No, she didn't. So Leslie Hott, you didn't do your job. You already know I'm in the right. I'm free to record. Any public official, especially on redress of a grievance there, Dennis Gilstrap, and you think I can't do nothing. Well, guess what, big boy? Hey, we got a loggerhead turtle down here. Woo, he a big boy too. Hopefully I don't lose time here, folks. But, what was I saying? Oh, he's freaking huge. And that's the one I tried moving up the road. I don't know if you can see him on that rock. I don't know, folks. This water's up pretty good. That hole where my kids and I swim. I'll get him later, but yeah, he'll get that water moccasin. But yeah, the games are about to begin. All you corrupt boys in Crawford County, Governor Asa Hudson, yeah, you will be in my lawsuit. See, consider this a recorded complaint, intent to sue, and cause of action rolled into one, boys. Because the rest is coming, and heaven's coming with me. You can take Lucifer back to hell with you. For all you who subscribe, bear with me, my insanity, and I'll try to bring you some better videos. Oh yeah, that rock there got destroyed by the flood storms. That was 6 times the size of what you see there, folks. So, scroll that down. Imagine that's 6 times larger. That's how big that was. And that storm tore it apart. But yeah, I hope you boys enjoy the depositions, because I'm the attorney. And thing is, I can read. I don't need a judge to explain the law to me. I can show him to his face what it reads, and if he'd like to give me an opinion on actual fact, we'll go down that road. Because, Baker, you don't have a right to try me without a jury. Read the Constitution. You think your universal commercial code means shit to me? That's why I had my license changed with my signature, followed by, under duress, UD, UCC 1-308 without prejudice. Now you can't do shit unless it's the common law way. So your little technicality bullshit, your games is over. You violated enough of my rights. U.S. District Attorney in Fort Smith, if you happen to get this video and you had the balls to stand up, do your job, and represent the oath that you swore to, I'd appreciate it. Because Judge P.K. Holmes, and apparently the case that I have sitting in the Supreme Court, can't be heard, even though these bastards get to fucking punish our lives and try to make my life miserable and my wife's. Oh yeah, because these assholes several years ago brought a child abuse allegation against my wife and couldn't prove it because it never happened. I was abused as a child, folks, and my wife's one of the sweetest people in the world. And I can tell you right now, you harm a child in front of me, I don't give a damn if you're wearing a badge or who you are. I will stop it in its place. Fact. Have many times assholes have seen me and enjoyed my company. So for all those assholes and trolls, as you all call them, I just call them assholes. But for you naysayers, we're going to be seeing who says nay. And guess what? It sure as hell ain't going to be me. God bless. Gotta get home. I hope you enjoyed the view. And hopefully I don't run into that copperhead on the way back. Or have a seizure. But God will bless me. It's always good. We'll talk to y'all in the future. Got some plane videos I'm gonna air. Y'all gonna get a kick out of them. They like to fly over my house too. I guess complaint to the governor's office, they had the military not fly over occupied homes. You're too stupid and fucking ignorant to understand that too, huh, Asa? Oh yeah, I forgot I'm not your son with a 3rd DUI who gets out of jail in an hour and a half. and all the mainstream local media stations like to kiss your ass, you're here to kiss the American people's ass. If you haven't figured that out, public servant, I guess I'll take your shit legally and we'll see how that fucking road goes. God bless. Papers in the mail.